Welcome back to At Home with Roby. I'm Patrick McIsaac from Roby Electric, along with Trent Haston from the Roby family of companies, and we are your hosts. We are now joined by Barbara Kopald and Mary Staton, and we're here to talk about the third annual Heart of the Home Kitchen Tour. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good to be here.
It's been since June. You were on the show with us back in June, and we learned a little bit about what was going on. We learned about what all this impacts in the city. Tell us the overview. Let's get started. Maybe a little bit about yourselves, and let's get maybe the 90-second elevator speech on what this tour is all about.
Okay. Well, this is our third year of doing this show, of doing this tour, I should say. We think it's even more important this year than we've ever done it. And for 37 years before this, the Symphony Guild did designer houses, and that's how we have such a wonderful relationship with the Roby family. But we just believe so much in music and that how universal it is, and it brings people together despite ethnic, religious, racial, or economic status. And so we think that having this kitchen tour, it connects people with home, which we all love. It connects people with children because we'll have young musicians playing there. And the funds raised go to benefit the symphony and the youth orchestra and lots of music educational initiatives that the Guild has done since 1950.
Yeah, no, we didn't talk about that in the first segment, Mary, but we do have a long-standing relationship with the Symphony Guild on the home that every year. That was the tradition. And I know it's hard sometimes to change what you know and evolve, right? But now we're looking in the rearview mirror. We're in year 3 on this thing.
I know. It's hard to believe that it is the third year. It just, we started, we ended in October of last year, and we started in January of this year. And now here we are, October, ready to launch in just 2 weeks.
So you women just going to run it every year?
Don't know
Probably
about that.
not.
37 years? You guys
I say stuff like that all the time. It doesn't ever work out.
Don't
make us commit.
No, not on the air, please.
Well, last show back in June, I don't know if everybody was listening, but we had the honorary co-chairs on here along with you guys, Bruce and Katrina Moffitt. They own Barrington's and Good Food on Montfort and Stagione's. Are they excited?
Oh, they're thrilled. They have just been out promoting the kitchen tour for the last several weeks. They'll continue up until the event. They'll be at our pre-party, the Taste of the Tour party on October 13th. They've reached out to people in their own neighborhood in Barclay Downs where they live because, of course, their home is going to be on the tour. So, they bring lots of excitement and enthusiasm.
Yeah, a really cool thing, too, is the chef is going to be cooking all day at his house,
cool.
which is one
at
of the
his own
houses
house.
on the tour. Is that cool?
That's awesome. Yeah. And in fact, one of my close friends lives in Barclay Downs as well and listened to the show. And I know they're going to be involved, and they're coming out. They listened back in June, and I think they're excited just to go eat at the Moffats, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, don't let them think they're eating in their kitchen. They'll be outside.
But they do, of course, get to go through the kitchen. It's a very interesting, eclectic house that you want to know all the stories. They collect a lot of things, and it just reflects what interesting and very nice people they are.
So we're polishing the diamond. We're polishing these beautiful kitchens of Friends of the Symphony, and we're doing it. The funds go to y'all's scholarship program, correct?
Correct.
Well, we actually do have some scholarships, but we do a lot of other things. We do the musical petting zoo, which is where we take instruments that have been repurposed and cleaned. They're cleaned after every single use, but we take them into Imaginon and into other schools and into all sorts of elementary and preschool areas and facilities so that children can touch instruments. And for many, it's the first time they've ever played anything. So it's really cool to see little ones discover music that way. So that's one of the things we do. The other really cool thing is that we have this thing called a musical summer camp, and it's every summer at Converse College down in Spartanburg. 100 students from 30 schools throughout the region go to that. And the thing that is so cool about it, it's transformational. They go as young musicians, and within 5 days, they have been sitting side by side with Charlotte Symphony professionals They learn their whole repertoire for the coming school years, and then they have a performance at the end of the 5-day program. And the comments we get from the kids is just, I mean, kids will start talking about it and they'll get tears in their eyes about how powerful that summer camp is.
Yeah, a couple of our guild members are chaperones every year, and they said when the kids arrive on, I believe, Wednesday or Thursday, you hear them practice, and by the time they're finished on Sunday, it's totally different. Mm-hmm. It's just a symphony. It's mm-hmm. just beautiful. If you just close your eyes, it's amazing.
Wow. That's great. I mean, tying it, I mean, just it's true. I mean, just being down in Cuba, and we saw some musical performances, and these people spoke our language through violin and these instruments. And, my wife's recording it because my 3 daughters play violin. Right. And it's just, it crosses all lines, I mean, like you guys said, race, culture, geographical hindrances. And that's why we need it to continue, because it's what truly music and the arts in this endeavor spread love throughout the world, which, quite frankly, we need more of every day, right?
Absolutely.
That's right.
Well, folks, you're listening to At Home with Roby. We're here with Barbara and Mary, co-chairs of this year's Heart of the Home Kitchen Tour, benefiting the Symphony Guild of Charlotte. And we're talking about the language of music. I mean, this is really cool and affecting children and how it's universal. I have a question about these kids. 100 kids go to Converse College in Spartanburg. Where do these kids come from? Is it all over the region? Do they apply? I mean, how does a kid get to that point?
That's really a good question. These are throughout the region. I mean, some kids have to drive a long way to come, but they come and they go through what are called blind auditions. Oh. They're behind a screen. The judges don't see who's behind that screen, and they're judged on their musical merits and their ability or their capabilities to become fine musicians. And so every single year that a child is in the Charlotte Symphony Youth Orchestra, he or she has to audition.
Every year.
Yeah,
and what age? What age groups are we talking about?
They start
here?
in middle school and go all the way to high school.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And we're delighted because we have probably 35 kids from the youth orchestra that will be playing at each one of the 8 homes on the tour.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a gal on our committee who has done an exceptional job of this. So all day long, as you tour the houses, you'll be listening to children playing. It's pretty awesome.
So you get to see cool, trendy kitchens.
Right.
Different styles in architecture and design. And you get to have great food cooked by
over 2 dozen chefs.
Cooked by top-notch chefs. Let's talk about the art spectrum you hear. You're getting architecture, design, interior design. I mean, you're getting to see what's what on
appliances,
style.
what's sustainable, what's happening.
Which is why Ferguson is a perfect sponsor, because they sell decorative plumbing fixtures, light fixtures, and appliances is their cup of tea. And then you're telling me that the kids are going to be there playing the violin.
Oh, not only the violin. I mean, we're talking about harps and violins and violas, piano.
Oh,
wow. Yeah. It's really.
So how much is that?
Awesome.
Like $1,000 a ticket?
Not quite. Just $25.
But if you want to make a donation of
$9, we'll take a donation along with that $25.
It's $25.
It's a deal for 8 houses of food, fabulous food all day, and young musicians playing, and also just being out and going around Charlotte, such a beautiful time of year, and starting new traditions. We see a lot of folks returning. We did the second year, and it's really a cool thing.
Business lesson of the day: under promise and over deliver. That is $25.
I said that 3 times on Friday, I think, maybe even 4. But you have 8 houses. This is a self-guided tour. Folks, you can go to kitchentourscharlotte.com. Now, the goal was $50,000 back in June. I know we haven't updated each other. Are we going to come close? Are we going to hit it? What are we
We're pretty much on target with our goal.
Wow,
We're pretty much
fantastic.
on target.
I put you on the spot there. I apologize.
Well, do you want to talk about where the houses are?
Yeah, let's do that. I'll tell you what, we're coming up on a break here, so stick around. Barbara and Mary are going to stick around with us through the next segment. We're going to talk about the houses. We're going to talk a little bit more about the tour in the Symphony Guild. You're listening to At Home with Roby. We'll be right back.